Manchester United honours. Manchester United is one of the most successful clubs in world football, with a glittering history of winning silverware in English, European and global competitions. UEFA Champions League. The UEFA Champions League is the ultimate club competition in European football, and Manchester United have won the trophy 3 times. United first played in the European Cup in 1956. The decision did not go down well with the Football League due to the fear that it would affect the quality of domestic competitions. This was quickly quashed as the competition helped raise standards in the English game. The Reds' first match in the competition was a 10-0 win against Belgian champions Anderlecht. Matt Busby's men reached the semi-finals in both 1956-57 and 1957-58 seasons, but the club's involvement in the 1957-58 competition, however, will be forever linked to the Munich air disaster. United's draw in Belgrade and subsequent semi-final defeat against AC Milan were overshadowed by the tragic death of 8 United players. From tragedy came hope as Sir Matt Busby built a new team. Another semi-final in 1965-66 was followed by the club's first European Cup success in 1967-68 when goals from Bobby Charlton, 2. George Best and Brian Kidd at Wembley gave England its first European Cup winning side against Benfica. The club had to wait a long 26 years to compete in the competition again. Now expanded and renamed the Champions League. United reached the semi-finals in 1997 before winning the cup for a second time in 1999. The final in Barcelona's Nou Camp Stadium looked all but lost as United trailed 1-0 going into the 3 minutes of added time at the end of the match. Goals from Teddy Sheringham and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer left Bayern devastated and United's 50,000-strong throng of supporters in ecstasy. Sir Alex Ferguson had finally emulated the achievement of Sir Matt Busby. European glory proved elusive for United in the following seasons. Their defence of the trophy in 1999, 0-0 was ended by a 3-2 home defeat by eventual winners Real Madrid in the quarter-finals. While 2 semi-final appearances, 2001-02 against Bayer Leverkusen and 2006-07 against AC Milan, ultimately ended in elimination despite United holding the lead in both ties. In May 2008, in Moscow, the Reds sealed their 3rd European Cup triumph 50 years after the Munich air disaster and 40 years since the club's first win in '68 with a dramatic penalty shootout victory over Chelsea. Ryan Giggs, making his 759th appearance in a red shirt, thus breaking Sir Bobby Charlton's all-time record, scored what turned out to be United's winning penalty. Edwin van der Sar confirmed United as kings of Europe with his subsequent penalty save from Nicolas Anelka and sealed a historic double for the Reds. Further final appearances followed in 2009 and 2011 where the Reds would find Barcelona impossible to beat, first in Rome and then at Wembley. 3 runs to the final of Europe's premier club competition in 4 years was a record to be proud of. However, Manchester United is one of the most successful clubs in world football, with a glittering history of winning silverware in English, European and global competitions. League titles. First Division. Manchester United triumphed in 7 First Division championships before the league was restructured in 1992. The club's first league championship was secured in 1908. 6 years after the name of Newton Heath, league entrance in 1892 was changed to Manchester United. A second title followed in 1911, but it wasn't until after the Second World War when United really became a force in English football, under the leadership of Sir Matt Busby. The Reds finished league runners-up in 1947, 1948, 1949 and 1951 before winning a third league championship in 1952. The next few years were to see the birth of the famed Busby Babes. More championships followed in 1956 and 1957 before the tragic events of the Munich air crash, which claimed the lives of 23 people, including 8 United players. Busby rebuilt his team successfully in the 1960s, winning the title again in 1965 and 1967. United had to endure a long wait of 26 years for the next title, finishing runners-up on 4 occasions in the meantime. Premier League Manchester United have won a record 13 titles in the Premier League since the top flight of English football was given that new name in 1992. Sir Alex Ferguson was the man who masterminded the triumph in the inaugural Premier League season, in 1992-93. The Reds went on to win titles in 1994, 1996, 1997, 1999, 2000, 2001, 2003, 2007, 2008. 2009, 2011 and 2013 more than all other clubs put together to date. United's title triumph of 2008-09 was achieved despite a slow start to the campaign and the rigours of fighting for 7 trophies: the Club World Cup, Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup, UEFA Super Cup and Community Shield. The Reds eventually clicked into gear, finishing the league season in style with 18 wins from the final 21 games. Only a point was required against Arsenal on the penultimate weekend, and a goalless draw at Old Trafford secured United's 11th title since the Premier League began and the club's 18th league championship overall. After Chelsea won the double under Carlo Ancelotti in 2009-10, the Reds wrestled the title back to Old Trafford with a success based on the foundation of an incredible home record. After the West Londoners were beaten in front of a jubilant home crowd in a virtual title decider in May 2011. A point at Blackburn sealed the 12th league success of Sir Alex's remarkable reign, with Wayne Rooney's penalty ensuring United could not be caught at the top. That title set a new record for the English top flight of 19 in total. But United were made to wait for the 20th after missing out in the 2011-12 season by the most agonising of margins. Local rivals Manchester City snatched the prize in the dying seconds of their final league game. Stung by this, the Reds vowed to bounce back and did so in style, actually winning the 2012-13 title race with 4 games to spare. Summer 2012 signing Robin van Persie underlined the impact he'd made in his debut season by scoring a hat-trick in the decisive 3-0 win over Aston Villa on the 22nd of April 2013.